guys. Okay, got coffee, and then we're gonna continue on. Let's continue on Hogwarts Legacy. It's so much fun. I just couldn't wait to keep playing with you guys. So let's keep doing this. This game's reminding me of like a lot of the things that I liked about video games. You know, just the magic of what video games can capture, can do, you know. As cheesy as that sounds, it's true. So I want to sorry, I want to continue on here with the story that we were doing. Continue on. Might check audio. Maybe I'll just turn this down. Yeah, I really want you guys to be able to hear the game for this one. Music's really good. Everything's really good. Such a fun game. Already I'm just flying around. Let's take a look at where we're at for quests. I think we left off with, it was a little bit weird, but we have to finish this list here. So let's meet her. We have to meet her after dark, it says. Well, that is what it appears to be, right? Is this it down here? It appears to be after dark, does it not? Yeah, right here, probably. Well, I don't know. This looks like we're meeting somebody for this, to be honest. I think that's it. Hold on. We have to do this yet. I gotta remember to do that. That's easy enough, but I just gotta remember to do it. Okay, where is this? Level 10. I should probably do that. Yeah. Yeah, I should probably do level 10 stuff. Practice flying near Cambridge Tower. Acquire and use an invisibility potion. Acquire and use Thunderbird potion against enemies. I could make this. So this one we're not guided through this one. I could make it. Yeah, now one thing I didn't understand at first was that these like it actually does specifically say that my field guide will not guide me through this assignment, but my map may still prove to be useful. So what I didn't realize is that what the way they designed this game was sort of like to make it feel like you're the student and you're sort of learning too. And that's something I didn't realize when it probably would have helped to know that when we were going through some of those puzzles and stuff. If I had realized that and that was the concept, I probably would have went, okay, so that I need to think outside the box here. It's not like the game's going to help me. And then I would have realized, well, maybe it's just not telling me. You know, and then, you know, there's sort of things where it's like the game does guide you along quite a lot, so those are just little things I've started to notice. So I think it's important to keep that in mind. But anyway, let's take care of some of these assignments. Like I said, that's probably gonna be pretty easy to do. Just to actually do it. But yeah, that level 10. Let's get that out of the way. Probably be a good idea. Anyway. All right, so let's do it. Is that correct? Yeah, I guess it is. Yeah, we're gonna walk there. I don't fast travel, I walk. That's how I play this game. Yeah, I love exploring the castle, learning the game. Like, probably once I finish, like, getting all the exploration stuff, I'm gonna be fast traveling a lot more, but... You know, still being fairly new to the game, it is fun. I mean, even when you're not new, it's fun to explore. See, that's what I think is going to be enjoyable, is once I actually do learn the castle a lot better. I'm gonna enjoy exploring that much more, because I know it, if that makes sense. So now I'm starting to actually kind of get the hang of this a little bit, like this area. Yeah, the... Jeez. A little extra. He got tired of it. That's funny. Sweet. Oh, right, yeah. Have we gone in here at night? I wonder, can we go in here at night? What's it look like at night? No, I'm curious. I haven't been in here at night. Is it just gonna make it daytime? Oh, that's cool. So, does it change for the season? I guess? Since we have the pumpkins? Or is that just there all the time at nighttime? Yep, that's it. Still looks cool. Nothing to do really though. Just walk around. Ambiance and music. I'm fine with that. For the most part. I eventually want something to do. Yeah, like, when I play games like that, I'm fine with it, but, like, I eventually want, like, I won't walk around too long. There's only so much of that I'm gonna do. Now, with this game, like, the castle is just so big, and there's so many areas that you can get away with it more. Like, it's just more fun, you know? You know, like, you really can get away with it more as far as, like, you know, having fun actually playing a game where you're just walking around looking at stuff. Because, you know, with Hogwarts, I mean, how cool is that, right? Yeah, there's like pumpkins everywhere at nighttime. I'll bet this is just seasonal. Yeah, we'll probably get like wreaths and stuff like that here in like a week or so. Probably. Wonder if it'll be all snowy. How cool would that be?
Adelaide Oaks, isn't it? I received your owl.
Yes, I'm Adelaide Oaks. Oh dear. You see, my uncle Roland is a metal trader who's quite well known in the goblin community. He normally sends me owls every week when he's on his business travels. In his last owl, he alluded to dealings with those radical goblins, Ranrock's loyalists. It's been ages since that owl and I'm worried. What with the troll attack on Hogsmeade and the rumours that goblins may have been involved, well, I'm fearing the worst. Should I be worried about my uncle, or am I overthinking this?
Same.
I think you're right to be concerned, Adelaide. Your uncle may be in trouble.
You're much more understanding than Professor Weasley. She heard I was going to look for him and forbade me from leaving the grounds. She's convinced he can handle himself, but I can't concentrate on anything until I know he's all right. Could you try to find out for me?
Well,
From what I hear, you're
Weasley-
almost as adventurous as Uncle Roland.
Professor Weasley doesn't know everything. While we love Professor Weasley, she doesn't know everything, though. She seems like one of those teachers that's gonna be like, basically like follow the rules until she sees that it actually is a problem and sees it with her own eyes. Whereas like, you know, like some of the other teachers like know that, you know how the goblins are and know how things can be at times and know that, you know, there might be truth to certain things. Sort of like, in reality, that whole time Snape was actually one of the cool ones, you know? And, you know, when was it? Goblet of Fire? Where Snape actually helped Harry. If you watch it again, you'll realize that Snape actually helped Harry, like well, in between the lines, but he had to do it in such a way that you wouldn't know. So like I thought it was so cool. I was really subtle in the movie. But anyway, yeah. It's obvious that they definitely went with that sort of dynamic where it's like, you know, this teacher's cool, but they follow the rules. This teacher's really cool, you know. That the main guy, the guy that I said reminds me of Dumbledore. Why can't I think of his name? He's really cool. Yeah, obviously he's one of the cool ones that that's like taking him on like, you know, private journeys and stuff like that outside the school and stuff. Trying to actually teach him things, right? Tell me more about your uncle's business with goblins.
Has your uncle traded with many goblins?
Yes, for ages. Even speaks gobbledygook. But he only recently mentioned Ranrock's lot,
Gobbledygook.
insisting the galleons were worth the risk. He does it for me. Between robes and supplies, attending Hogwarts costs a fair sickle. And besides that, Uncle Roland has expensive taste. He's sacrificed so much for me over the years. I promised him that as soon as I finish Hogwarts, I shall be the one taking care of him.
Sometimes like a scene will show up in it. Like, did you see like it looked like the people like fell into their seat really quick?
I'll try and look into it for you, Adelaide.
Thank you. He's very thorough in his record keeping. Notes all his trades in a journal, makes maps. In fact, in his last owl, he drew me a map of his next stop. He planned to set up camp north of here. I do hope you're able to find out where he is. Thank you again for any help you can provide.
Hey, Night Force Gaming, what's up? I hope you're well too. Thanks, man. I'm doing good.
Tried to summon the pepper, it didn't.
I'm doing good, man. How are you? Oh, we gotta find his campsite. Well, we're not gonna find it up here, that's for sure. Today,
As far as I can see, the
today we're gonna relax and level up, because at some point we're gonna do a nice relax stream where all we do is sort of like, you know, walk around, enjoy the atmosphere,
I hope Adelaide's Uncle
Music.
Roland is all right. She seems very worried.
make potions.
Adelaide mentioned her uncle's camp may be
Like
near
beasts.
Brockborough, past the river.
Relief to finally have an answer as to why that portrait was empty.
Taking a break? Taking a break from what? Like work, you mean? Thanks for stopping in. Look at how detailed this is. Like, look at all the banners and everything. We got Slytherin, we got Ravenclaw, we got Hufflepuff. The funny thing is I don't see Gryffindor. Like, I see the color, but it just says H. Maybe that's who won is the idea. Oh wow, look at this. Coming out this door we have this this beautiful scenery.
It's you! Thank you again for finding my gobstones. I never could have done it myself.
Appreciate you being here, man. Hopefully, hopefully you're enjoying the Hogwarts content as much as I am.
Confringo!
Interesting. Thanks, man. I just think it's really fascinating. Dude, the whole game fascinates me. How they really brought it to life, right, in this whole other world. Within, you know, the Harry Potter world, we already had already. Yeah, fantastic.
Now that I
beasts,
have all my gobstones back, I'm ready to take on all challenges. If I can find any.
So we have, that's the Deathly Hallows symbol right there. Isn't close to it, right? Cloak of Invisibility, the Resurrection Stone, and the Elder One. I gotta remember which one this is. Number 3 and number 1.
Incendio!
It's you! Thank you again for finding my gobstones. I never could have done it myself.
Oh, do I have to start over now? Wait, it's not turning.
Confringo!
Oh, okay, there we go. Oh, this one. Set correctly.
Really mastered that one, haven't you?
Oh no, it's... There we go. Yeah, so like, basically with this one, it literally just told me what it was. So this one was easy. Oh my god. This is cool. Kind of reminds me a little bit of the Chamber of Secrets, you know, the way that works. So obviously not like cellars. Hey Cookie, what's up? Uh, 23, I think. Yeah, 23, I think. Yeah. And now I gotta get rid of something because I'm stupid and didn't sell. Snubbed at the awards. I feel like, wasn't this up against some pretty hard competition though? I feel like this was up against some pretty tough competition. Could be wrong. But yeah, it's gonna take longer to get DLC out now because of that probably. And just funding and stuff. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. I think it looks pretty good too. Honestly, just like the main thing is like when we come into some of these areas, while it's still loading, it takes like a while to load all the textures. But like if I were to stand here and like wait, it'd be fine. But I'm like so impatient, you know? So like if I start moving around, like you really notice it right away. But like if I were to stand here for like a solid minute and wait, the whole thing would just be smooth. So like really it just comes down to the fact that like you know, we need to have faster caching rates between video card and CPU, and these days that's really tough to do because all they're doing is offering support for AMD cards anymore. Now luckily we have a DLSS, so this looks a lot better than like, you know, like Starfield is looking these days. But anyway, let's go ahead and oh wait, what's that? I just saw something. Yeah, the FPS, that's the big thing is like, I'm running this at 165. So that's like the main thing is like when I go outside and fly around, you really notice that.
I don't think a single student likes Professor Black. They may pretend to like him. But they
It's a
don't.
relief to finally have an answer as to why that portrait was empty.
Let's go to room of requirement. Let's go to room of requirement. Cause I need to make that potion. See if I can make that potion yet. Yakuza vibe. I mean, that's cool. That works. It's definitely he's definitely. It's more Harry Potter. Like he's influenced straight from Harry Potter. So like that's what I tried to go with, but not like directly. I wanted him to look a little different. So like yeah, like Harry Potter / like Super Junior member probably. You know, that sort of thing. Like K-pop dude. He has that kung fu vibe. Yeah, I gotta unlock these. Hang on. Hang on. Yeah, I didn't. There's just none. We gotta go get talents. Yeah, I'm gonna be stuck now on this. It happens. The shorts were great. You liked the one with the entwining escape, the shoulder movement. Yeah, like that's some of my favorite stuff. Is like doing stuff where like if someone grabs your shirt, you're just using their momentum, their grab to use your own clothes against them. And like when you do that wrap, that's really what you're doing. You're using your own clothes to sort of trap their fingers. So yeah. Yeah, for sure, man. Thanks. Appreciate it. Because, yeah, basically that jerk of the shoulder just sets up their hand to shift properly. It's the sort of thing where, like, once you do it, once somebody does it to you that knows how to do it properly, it's like, oh, yeah, that's nice. Oh, yeah, that feels nice. Yeah, that's a good escape, yeah. I like that one. I really wanted to show you guys that one. That's actually right from Snake. So anybody wondering about like animal styles, like grappling and animal styles and stuff, that's Snake. That's right from Snake. You could arguably say it's like a little bit of Crane and Dragon too, but it's Snake. That's literally a Snake technique with the ending taken off of it. I didn't give you the ending. Let's do like a little snake thing. That's a snake claw, by the way. Right like that, just 3 fingers. And a lot of times they do the 2-finger knuckles for Snake. Yeah, that's what we did. That's called a snake punch. You just stick your, instead of them being like really far out, you sort of hug your fingers a little bit with your thumb, and then it just pushes the fingers out a little bit more. Yeah, you do your jabs with that, people notice. It takes a lot of conditioning, though. I wouldn't recommend. Don't just hit a bag like that. It'll hurt your fingers. So I gotta do these Merlin trials. Let's just go out here and fly around. Let's just go out here and fly around a little bit. Look around for stuff. We gotta get some more talents and everything. There's a lot of stuff I can do here. So we'll head out and fly around. The staff? Thanks, man. Like... Nice. Yeah, like, the point isn't to, like, show off and be fast. The point is to make videos and, like, show you guys how to do it, so that we can follow along. I feel like I did a lot of that with the shadow boxing videos a while ago, and that was sort of my opinion as to why I feel like people didn't like them. Is like, well, maybe this guy's just doing this and showing off, like... What do I care about this? You know, I'll just go watch like a Donnie Yen movie or something. You know, that's honestly how I felt. So like, that's why I keep referencing those for like people to be like, well, yeah, if you want to see like me doing martial arts full tilt and stuff like that, take a look at this. And that's why I appreciate you mentioning that. But like, because like, you know, that's what it is. Is like, I think it's just confusing. You know, people saying it's slowed down and stuff. Well, it's like an, you know, it's instruction. You're not gonna be able to see what I'm doing. Doing it, so to speak. Yeah, it's the sort of thing where the moment I start actually using some of my longer body techniques, I think people are gonna realize, like, it's because of my lankiness, it doesn't look the same as, like, a short guy doing it with short arms. And, like, it just looks totally different. You're right. Like, that's a really good point, Cookie. Yeah, thanks. For sure. Like, that is a lot of it, is me doing that stuff, the same stuff that, like, those other guys do. It just looks a little bit different. So then, when I do, like, the long fist and the long form type style things, you know, those northern styles, it looks correct for me because people are used to seeing those guys doing that, you know, like Steven Seagal and stuff like that. Van Damme, always bringing his hand up here. Love Van Damme. See, that's just it. Like, I trained with a lot of people. I trained with a lot of people that, like, their skill level was enough. They really could tell me. They really could be the type of people that to say, oh, that guy's a joke. You know, like the people that made careers being, like, in the spotlight martial artists instead of, like, legitimate martial artists where they're just doing movies instead of training. And they're kind of right in sort of a way, because the point is that, like, it's just pre-prepared and they're putting a stunt guy in there, except for, like, Jackie Chan and stuff like that, like, very few people. And so... I you know, like, I heard lots of people, like, disrespect him over the years and talk crap about him when I was going through the ranks and stuff, and I never did that. that was just the thing, is like when I became Sifu and I owned my school, I always talked respect about these guys, because I always just thought they fell victim to the same sort of thing, where they wanted to maybe, you know, go a little bit pro with it, but not necessarily competitive. And so it's just different. People just, you know, want to throw shade at that and say you're, you know, you don't know what you're doing. And no, that's not really what it is. You just chose something different than everybody else, so therefore they're trying to throw shade at it. Because to them it looks easy, but really it's not. Yeah, a lot of times, and if you're doing old school style martial arts, a lot of times those people that taught you don't want you talking about them. Especially if you left their system. They don't really want you giving it away, but that if you're gonna, you know, like, that's just it. I'm not gonna give it away, but I am gonna teach it. So if I'm gonna teach it, I'm probably not gonna. For those people that want to remain, you know, that want to remain, you know, like somewhat silent. I'm actually glad you mentioned this, because for a while I've been wanting to talk. Somebody asked me to elaborate on my system a bit in the shorts in the one comment, and I wanted to bring it up on stream. I feel like maybe this could be a good time, since we're talking about it. I wanted to basically just talk about it and sort of like elaborate a little bit, because I can talk about it. It's more just like, I don't want to mention names. So like,
This be Mr. Oakes' campsite.
I feel like it would help if I like went over that comment and stuff. So this is where we gotta go anyway. Yeah. Well, a lot of, that's just it, is a lot of, that is really tough, because you know, a lot of guys over the years, you know, that's what they're about. They're about trying to
Just ahead. Should I take them by force or be discreet?
learn a martial art as fast as possible, just to use it to beat somebody up in a match, and then all the while disrespecting the true bastards that actually spent the time to do these things and then taught it to them. That's, you know, like, that's I see that a lot, especially in America. So I appreciate that you're not.
That was meant for me.
There are a lot of people like that.
Ooh, this shouldn't
So we
take
have
long.
we have to levitate, and then use the pulso, right? So levitate.
Let's find out what happened here.
Oh, that's pretty effective. Probably try to use that more often. I love that one ice spell. Yeah, we can take a look. I would love to break down that comment and just talk a little bit about that, because I think some people are curious, for sure. Especially those that are legitimately there to be positive and not just throw shade at it. They're the ones that I care about actually, like, talking to about it. Like yourself and stuff. Because I definitely wouldn't mind talking about it. It's just out of respect for, you know, the creator of the system and all that. I definitely just don't want to mention names, and my instructor too. I learned under both. I learned under the creator of the system a little bit, and then when he split and sort of was going to a different studio in North Carolina, my Sifu the guy that taught me, he took over, you know, the studio that I was going to close by here, and then we opened up. He opened up a school, and then in the Lancaster area, and then that's the one I took ownership of. So I learned a lot through him, but I went through the ranks and stuff, and also taught under the guy who created the whole system that learned from the Chinese guys, and he was local, you know. I mean, it was the whole 15 minutes away. I used to go after school. Like, this is, instead of doing football, this is what I did in high school. You know, after school, I would go to martial arts for 3 hours, while everybody else was, you know, playing football or whatever they were doing. Let's talk about it. Yeah, let's bring it up. I'm gonna get my little Mountain Dew here, and appreciate you being here, Cookie. Thanks, man. All right. Okay, let's bring up these shorts. We'll watch them really quick, and then I'm gonna break down this comment really quick. Oh, sorry, Cookie. I didn't see your comment, dude. I literally just opened YouTube. I probably started streaming it like an hour ago when you left it. I literally just saw it just now when I looked at my notifications. I went to look at the shorts and I just saw your comment just now. So I don't need to look at that now. Like, do I? I can look at that later, right? I'll look at it later. We'll talk about martial arts stuff now. So let's bring this up. Bring up my page here. Really appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much. There is my page. There it is. There's my page. The XSplit takes 3 hours before I can click anything. There we go. I have to go in and make one adjustment every time I do this. And that one adjustment, after I click out of it, it's like a full 10 seconds before I can click anything in XSplit. It's just, the whole thing is a resource hog. Okay, so here's the one. Okay, so for this, we're going to do the entwining escape. I like to call it, many other people like to call it too. So the way this is going to work is the attacker's going to grab... The reason I say many other people is because we called this the entwining escape. So it's not like I'm the first one to call it that. That's just the name that we used to call it and was passed down to me. And then so therefore I continued to call it that. I typically, with stuff like this, it had a name. In the system, like I said, we had 30 techniques level. So this was a snake technique. It was not... It might have been called that. I don't think so. I think it actually had, like I said, I went through a bunch of animal technique names the one day, and I just listed a bunch off without giving you guys the techniques. And it's usually like bite of the poisonous snake, crane squeaking in the extensive swamp. Things like this that you have to actually memorize the name. So it wasn't that. That wasn't the official name, but this is extrapolated from that. And then you can add your own ending. Usually it's like snake, something with snake or something like that. So anyway, we'll keep watching. What you're going to start to do is you're going to take your hand and shoot it down in there, and you're going to shift your shoulder immediately. Now, if you notice, the big thing that I think a lot of people miss is if you see my stance, I really did shift my whole foot over in my footwork. We call this, it's called a front stance, sidling, whatever you want to call it. It's a long stance where one leg is sort of more out to the side and then this one's bent. That's a lot of what's doing that. My shoulder, yes, but like it's the initial shift down if you know grappling. Hand's gonna come up, wrap around, and you're gonna... And then actually traps the arm sort of almost in your shirt if you have a shirt like this. It really is a bit ridiculous if you have a crazy shirt like this. You can really mess up their fingers. But like if you just have like if you have like a t-shirt, they're gonna let go. So just do it quick and then like trap their arm. Just realize that the sooner you get this one up and against it, the sooner you realize this is a triangle hold. Yeah, it's a triangle hold. That's all it is. It's literally all it is. This is a triangle hold on the joint. You can even reach up through, grab your own arm, and do it as a triangle hold. Just do it on the joint. See how I have his elbow here? Wrap both arms, and you'll stop here. You can hit the head, hit the ribs, or just sort of do an arm. If you hit the head, I wouldn't come up like that. I'd use an elbow or come up underneath to hit the jaw. Since he has the shoulder protection, that thing you always talk about, Cookie. Okay, so yeah, like, let's go. I think the comment was on here. Oh no, 365. So these are cool. So much power. Thanks, man. Yeah, I did. I used it on some big guys. Had to learn to use it on some big guys. Okay, so we're going to be demonstrating a spin with a hammer strike here. The punch is going to come. You're just going to time that, hit down, and then hammer fist the opposite face. And if the other punch would come, basically you would end up blocking that too with your hammer strike. Now the funny thing is, this technique, if set up properly and your technique's good enough, they'll sort of just fall into it. So that's why you set this up for them to fall into it. Essentially, you're not spinning in front of somebody. A lot of times you're spinning around them. You know, they do a punch, you spin the other way, and they don't even see it. Basically, they fall into it. So oddly enough, when we did this, and I cut it right before it happens, because I didn't know if you wanted me to keep it or not. He got off balance. I think at one point because of the leaves or something. But I think oddly enough, I did it correctly and had him shift into it, and my hand made contact with his face. Now I pulled it. But it was because he, like, is something with his stance. I think he accidentally shifted, and he actually got hit by and then I pulled it really quick. So it was funny to see the trolls. This would never work, except that it did by accident while I was. So it's just funny, and the amount of times that I've actually used this in sparring. This is in our system. Once you got this down, you'd see a lot of people trying to use this because they knew how effective it was. It was so quick. It's a knockout hit if you know how to use it. And you really will never see it coming. It's insane. But you have to set it up right. And if you know how to do this, oh man. I would hit the other strike instead of the face, so then you would want to basically turn back the other. And that's actually how it ends up being a lot of times. You turn back the other way. That is honestly a lot of times how it ends up working. That's what people don't get, is that a lot of times it's there to look stupid, and then someone's like, ha ha ha, and then you just turn back and go boom and thump them, and they're like, oh, what the you know? it's my setups work, trust me. I am supposed to look like I don't know what I'm doing. I did this to a guy one time, that had a really big ego, and he wanted to challenge me and all that. I didn't accept the challenge. But needless to say, when the entire time that I was sparring him after we decided to spar together, it was the sort of thing where I wore him out. I made him, basically wore him out. He was like jumping around all over the place trying to hit me, and I'm a distance fighter, so I wore him out and just made myself look sloppy. And then when I saw him starting to get tired, I went technique, 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 tech. I literally just went like just full, like about 90% for about 30 seconds, and he couldn't handle it. That's literally all I did. And it's like, this guy was a black sash in Kung Fu, and he had like the biggest ego on the planet, and it was like so funny when, like, basically that's the point, is his ego got in the way. Okay, so altogether that's going to look like this. Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna
that follow-up was me sort of laughing because we did that after the first one where I slid into it. So that's why there's sort of a little chuckle at the end there. Because we redid it. And that's why there's a quick cut there. I was trying not to have it where I made contact with his face.
Basically, you would end up blocking that too with your hammer strike. That would hit the other strike instead of the face, so then you would want to basically turn back the other way and follow through. Okay, so altogether that's going to look like this.
Right here. This is what... Notice how I do the spin right. Yeah, I'm going so quick. Like, the point is, like, I did actually think... I think I did shift his balance a little bit unintentionally. That's how good I am at this stuff. All I did was pivot his arm with my hand. And I was able to shift his entire weight off balance. It was the sort of thing where I didn't even try. Now looking at it, I realized he wasn't really him. It was me. Yeah, I'm looking at his feet. Yeah, I shifted him off balance by simply blocking. The whole point is that if you know how to do that, you know how to do your hits. If somebody is rigid when they're throwing the strike, literally all you got to do is hit their arm and they will shift off balance. Because they're rigid and you're not. So, like, it just comes down to... And I appreciate that Matt threw the punch at me like that, because it shows what we were trying to do. That's the whole point, is that if you throw a rigid punch like most people will, like he is demonstrating here, you're just going to catch that easily and be able to manipulate their entire body, and then just... boom. And you saw how quick that was. So that's why I cut it. And if you see my face here, this was the follow-up of us doing it again, where I'm clearly, like, trying to be far away from him. See how my eyes, I'm, like, looking, and Matt's like, not again! Because, yeah. And then I just pull my whole hand. That's why, because I just got whacked in the face. Sorry, Matt. It didn't hit him very hard. I pulled it. So anyway, and that's why it seems like, you know, like the stance is the way it is, because it's the sort of thing where they fall into it. It's a knockout shot. It's a finisher. If you need something off of this, once again, spin back the other way and you unwind your stance. A lot of times you can lower too. You can just go straight down for this when you shift. So anyway, keep in mind we're doing this off of a punch for the purpose of teaching. You need to set this up as you do with any strike you use. The strategy you use will be based on body type of you versus your opponent. This is absolutely true. You know, this is the sort of thing where, you know, you need to be able to understand that this won't necessarily work for somebody that is small, that's shorter. Yeah, and then you would need to understand then how to modify this technique and how this would work for somebody that's shorter. You can use a similar concept to this exact concept, but then alter it slightly with somebody that's shorter for a larger opponent. But you definitely don't have them spinning like this and standing up like I am. It's definitely going to be different. It's going to be modified. But yeah, anyway, that's the point. Is this is, keep in mind we're doing this off a punch for purposes of teaching. The idea is you teach it off of a punch to make it easy to do. And then, you know, you, after practicing the technique, getting the mechanics down, you do it in drills, you do it in the bag a bunch of times, you do it off of a punch. Then you start trying to do it off of other things. You start trying to figure out, okay, how am I actually going to use this? How do I set this up? And that's not what I'm showing you guys. I need you to extrapolate that for you based on you and how you fight. I know how I use it for me. So a lot of times I even just explained it to you right there, where they're more rigid than I am. I'm a very relaxed tension fighter. I'm just more relaxed than they are. It's as simple as I hit your hand with all of that force that you come at me with just all this tension, and it's as simple as boom, you're bigger. You have these giant, enormous, and I'm just like boom, spin, smack. It's very quick, very precise. you'll fall right into it. And I've done it a million times. Remember, the guy that I had as a sparring partner through my ranks was a boxer in college. He was like twice my size. Like, I shouldn't say twice, but the guy was taller than me, and he was like 200s. He was easily 200s. The guy was taller than me, huge. His punches, when he hit you, you knew it. And he was always faster. And so, like, that's the point. When I went up through the ranks, I had to have that guy in order to get better. So I did have a sparring partner that I learned a lot from, that, trust me, would let me know if I was slow. And so, yeah, this worked. Eventually, this worked plenty of times where I was using this on him. And that was the point, was I needed to be able to be that fast with it. And, you know, knew how to set it up, basically. One of the big things I was making the mistake of with this one, in particular, was not understanding how to set it up, and basically thinking what everybody else thinks. I literally was thinking, oh, I'm going to do it just like this. Every time, it should just work. No. You have to do something. So I eventually started realizing a great way for me to personally set this up was to act like I was gonna go and throw like some sort of low kick. Yeah. So like, because I like to kick, it seems legit. People would fall for it. So like a lot of times what I'll do then is I have to set up the low kick. So then you actually need to set up your setup for your setup. So, all right, how do I set up a low kick? Dab, jab, maybe, you know, something like just like a heavy chop. Just they throw their punches, you know, just start chopping down in the arms or the neck or something like that. Get them really to think about the up direction. And then throw your low kick. Do this a bunch of times. You know, just boom, low kick. Boom, low kick. You know, just really time it. Be quick. You know, and then, you know, do it to their hands. Maybe throw in another chop to the neck, low kick. Get them to really think that you can only commit to a low kick. Really, really make them believe that. Just low kick, that's all I can do today. Chop, low kick, chop, low kick. Just really make them think that. And then all of a sudden, when they go to set you up for this low kick that they've been waiting for this whole time, then you do your low kick, then you finally see that setup. So like they go for a low kick, they're committing fully to this, right? So they put their hand down and then they come in right for that punch, and then you just see it, you got this big smirk on your face. And then you just time it. You do your low kick and you just big smirk and you just go whoom, spin, and bam. Because they weren't expecting it. Because the whole time they thought that the epitome of what you were setting up was a low kick. I digress. That is only one way I will give you. It's only one of the many. But anyway, let's break this down some more. I wanted to talk about this one. Sifu, what style do you do, if you don't mind me asking? This is a question I've gotten a lot, and this is really where I wanted to talk and break this comment down, because I went into a lot of detail here of you know, basically talking about this stuff, and this is where I wanted to really discuss this comment, because I think it's actually a really really good way of explaining it. So let's talk. And then we'll get back to Hogwarts for a bit. Yeah, sorry, we'll get back to Hogwarts for a bit after this. So, let's read. Yeah, and then I liked this because I actually thought it was well thought out. I put a lot of time into it. And this is where I wanted to eventually get on and talk about this anyway. So yeah, again, Cookie, thanks again for bringing this stuff up and mentioning it, because this is great. I needed to do this. Anyway, what style do you do, if you don't mind me asking? And I replied with, part of the reason I don't mention the name it was originally is because we changed it when we branched off from the main school, And the reason for that was because the name was flat out racist. It was. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. We changed that to a more generic, this is the Kung Fu Center. Like a more generic name where we are teaching Kung Fu because we did not want to be associated with, this. Why ever they decided to change the name and make it a Chinese name, like it's in Chinese. Understand, like we're saying the name in Chinese, yet if you translated it, it would be pretty messed up. So I'm not gonna say what it was again, but this will be obvious why. So like let's continue. So we just started calling it Kung Fu. In my system, one would learn many various animal styles, such as leopard, snake, crane, tiger, dragon, and monkey, as well as how to continuously fight multiple attackers in a real situation. And this is true. Basically, yeah, and then I go into detail there. Like I said, each level, when we start our system, we have it set up in such a way that it is very easy to learn. But it's the sort of thing where once you reach a certain point, you realize how difficult it is. So the first, like, half of the system will seem easy, but that's just to get you ready for these animals. Then once you start learning animals, it's like, whoa, here's the Kung Fu. And that's the big difference, is a lot of times in those karate systems, they don't have animals even till black. And even then, they just don't even compare. It's like I and T forms, and it's like our most basic form isn't an I or a T form. It's not even close. Yeah, it actually has practical application. It's not an I and T form. I and T forms are absurd. Also, I also should feel that I should explain that I learned Tung Sudo when I was younger. I spent 2 years doing Tung Sudo when I was younger, and thought it was even too easy then, and wanted to do Kung Fu, and was being held back from learning this kick and this kick because I wasn't that level and that level. And then the teacher would be like, well, why can't he learn it? He's good at he's got this down. He's fine. Why can't I just show it to him? It was obvious what was going on. They didn't want these people to be jealous, because it's a money game. They didn't have their belt yet. So why is this other kid doing it? Blah, blah, blah. Well, you should have just said, well, because he's good enough and puts the time into it. That's the reality of it. But instead it's a money game where they want more people in the door and stuff like that. So I just decided to go Kung Fu. Let me move on with the comment, and we'll pick up from there. So, crane, leopard, snake, crane, tiger, dragon, and monkey, as well as continuously fight multiple attackers in a real situation. Yes, absolutely. I would also break down forms for people and show them how to actually use sections of their forms. Like, a lot of times I'll actually have people do their form, and then I'll attack them and see if they can figure out why they're doing what they're doing in their form. That, I think, was really, really important, and something that a lot of instructors won't do, because they know that a lot of times their forms are really not that great for practical application. It's just a way for them to get people to do a series of movements. This of course means lots of traditional drills, such as sparring on cinder blocks, suicide runs, full contact continuous sparring that includes grappling, and I also taught sword and staff weapons, and staff. It should say and weapons of many varieties, as well as Chinese style double nunchaku. Oh my gosh, Chinese style double nunchaku. I really did proofread this, but as you can see, it's still lost. There's only so much you can do with a thing that's like lined up like this, Yeah, double nunchaku. This is actually something that I asked for because I wanted to be able to show it. I feel like I see a lot of people doing nunchucks, as people call them. They're not called that, by the way. There is actually a Chinese name called Lang Chai Kwan that's completely different. I mean, nunchaku, I don't even know where nunchaku came from, but it's just, the people that are doing nunchucks, a lot of times I literally see them doing them, and they're doing the simplest movements, and then they're so good at them. And it's so frustrating because it's like, oh my god, I could help you with this. Because, like, you're so good with your nunchucks, but then you're just going, ha, 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 ha. And I'm like, what do you... Oh, that's... there's so many other cool things you could do with that are actually of practical application. So, like, I wanted to actually learn the Chinese-style double nunchaku, and I'm glad I did, because... Yeah. Man, like, just... You use your fists, your elbows, like, there's so many times where I'll see somebody doing something, and they're not even incorporating the real martial arts with their nunchaku, and I'm just like, what are you... That is, like, one of those weapons where, like, it's so integrated with it. If you're not, you know, using real blocks and like, just grabbing your own nunchucks once in a while to do a straight punch or something like that, you're really not doing the weapon right. You're not using it right. So anyway, Tai Chi and Long Fist were also included in the system so as to understand how it all ties together. Yeah, so basically, with that, a lot of the Long Fist stuff, the Long Fist was included right here, was included in the system further down, because what we discovered that basically early on people sort of have trouble doing those low stances and understanding them, and then they just sort of don't want to come to class because they're tired all the time and their legs hurt and stuff like that. So a lot of the stuff just got shifted further down because it was wearing people out. They didn't understand it anyway. They were sloppy with it. So we shifted it further down in the system, and people learned it. The people that actually then learned it absorbed it better. So it was the sort of thing where it just made sense there. And Tai Chi... With Tai Chi, if, like I've explained earlier, the reason I even that even happened, where he accidentally got off balance, it's the sort of thing where the moment you understand that relaxed tension is everything, and that, like, something like that's the point, is like, this whole time I went through, all I had to understand was I was trying to match force with force. That's the point. And so once I understood Tai Chi was the key to my technique, oh, relax. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's, my martial arts even started looking better. Because it was the sort of thing where, like, people are sloppy and stuff because they put too much tension in what they do. They're just throwing things around, and then it makes their stance sloppy. They fall over because they're too rigid. The amount of times I see, like, somebody who's like a karate stylist, and he does a kick on something, but his kick is so rigid he falls over. His own standing leg is so rigid he falls over. Your own standing leg can shift around and pivot. It can do that as long as it's not tense. That's like, you can shift it around, all kinds of stuff. That's the point. It should be made to do that. It should shift around. That's the point. You should have that training. You should be able to shift your standing leg around, and it should feel relaxed when you do it. You should be able to have somebody grab your leg, yank you around the floor potentially, and jump around with them, all while jumping in the air, hook kicking them in the back of the head to wrap them around for a scissor kick. I mean, truthfully, guys, like, that's how kicking works. If you're saying that you shouldn't ever lose your, if you're standing on even ground and every single time you do a kick and it's like crisp and 1 second you're getting it done, like you're just demonstrating a kick, boom, done, boom, done. Yeah, sure, it's gonna be perfect, but that's the point, is like, if you think every scenario is perfect, you're not training right. And that's what karate guys think. That's what a lot of guys think. That's my point, is like, this prepares you for that. the moment that you get outside and think outside the box, and you get outside of the idea and the concept that I need to be as hard and as big as possible, the closer you get to understanding martial arts. Because that is so opposite of what you need to understand about martial arts. It's the difference between... I'm trying to think of a really good analogy. I have a couple in my head right now. I'll think of one. I'll think of a good one. I know, here we go. It's the difference between... we got movie people here, right? We're talking about we're talking about the difference between mainstream like Disney Plus Marvel movies. Yeah, like where they're just trying to throw let's just put this person in there. We'll put this famous actor in there. We'll just throw a bunch of money at this, blah blah blah. Blah 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 blah. We'll just do this and blah blah blah. And then comparing that to the creative ability of the Russos, who actually sat there, planned out a storyline from Captain America Winter Soldier through Civil War, through to Endgame, and said, well, if we do it this way, this way, this way, then other people can start doing what they need to do to connect our story, and it'll be nice. And then we can give them a little bit of creative content if we do it this way, too, because we'll plan it out this way, and we'll just make sure that it's this way, so that way we don't have those problems where we have to throw a bunch of money at something just to get actors in here to get people to watch this stuff. We want it to stand on its own 2 feet. It should be good writing and good movies, and... No, what are we doing? That's the point. What are you doing with martial arts? If you're not getting back to your roots and understanding where it all came from, meditation, farmers defending themselves, you're missing a huge portion of it. So anyway, for obvious reasons, I won't just put my long forms on the put my forms on the internet, because then people just steal your style and try to claim it for themselves. It's true. Yeah, like how many dollar store martial artists, have you seen, where there's a studio and it just says karate. Anyway. Our first form looks like the form from most karate schools in America would teach at the level of black belt. The funny thing is, these aren't my words. My Sifu was saying this. These are not my words. This exact sentence I've just highlighted here, my Sifu was saying this. So I'm pulling that from his knowledge. He was right, though. I actually took karate. I mean, he took some other stuff, too, to know, what it was like out there. I took Tang Sudo early on and discovered it's exactly like he was saying. Yeah. Our first form, the one we teach white sashes, looks like most karate schools do in America would teach at the level of black. I'm just saying. And I learned some of those I and T forms when I was like 11 years old. And I can still do them. If that tells you how simple those things are, I don't know what does. Because I don't teach those. I never taught those. I thought they were stupid. And so the fact that I still know them should tell you a lot. Anyway. I know this because I took Tang Sudo for several years when I was younger and watched many of the demonstrations of the instructors. And not only that, one of the black sashes that helped to test me for my black sash, it turns out, was training under the same instructor that I was. Yep. It's a small world. Yeah, small world. It's true. When I was going through the ranks, just one day I was just there. A bunch of people were in class. I was working techniques with somebody, and she was just talking to me about where she used to train. I was, I think we were just talking about like I think I told her like her technique's really good or something like that. It's just compliments and stuff. And she was like, yeah, well, she actually ended up taking over that school then too. She was the Sifu then. She became a Sifu at that school then too, and then I took over the Lancaster one. But the funny thing is, she revealed to me she had the same instructor that I did in Tung Sudo. Same place, went to the same place, and we didn't even know. We probably had just missed each other. Apparently, she had left like right before I was in there and was training at the school that I was at slightly before I was. So if that doesn't tell you something, that's the point, is like she recognized it too. So then she went to Kung Fu as well. So anyway, so thank you for being respectful and not jumping to conclusions like a lot of folks do. It really is a style with a mix of everything. The guy who put it together learned in China and actually acquired the title of Sijou, which apparently Ip Man himself didn't even have, as he was a Sifu. This is actually true. Yeah, the guy that created our system, like I said, he actually, his title was Sijou. That's what we called him, and that's what everybody called him. And it's technically the highest title, I guess, or something like that in all of martial arts, like ever, or something like that. I don't know. Like that's just what they tell me. I'll be honest, I don't know much about it. I just, like, it's apparently very secretive, and if you mention it, too, it's one of those things where, like, people really are, like, shut up, So that's one of those things where, like, that's why there's a lot of bad blood there. I think he got that title and left, and they don't like that, because they don't give that title out easily, and I think there's, like, an agreement. So it's the sort of thing where, I don't think that the agreement was honored, but regardless of what I think, that's the truth of the fact, is that his title was actually higher than that of a Sifu, and even the guy, like we said, Ip Man himself in that movie, Ip Man, the guy who was literally Bruce Lee's mentor, who went through all that, it was that good of a martial artist, even he was just a Sifu. So if that doesn't tell you, like just how much this, skill this guy acquired and what he had to go through to be able to develop a system like this, he knew what he was doing. Some people throughout the years would sort of like to throw shade at it, I think, because it's the sort of thing where, because you don't have that name, it's the sort of thing where it's very easy for people to do that. So it's like that, okay, so of course they're going to do it. That's the point. But that's really just all it is because that specific style name isn't there. And that's why we changed it, because it was racist. We're not going to talk about it. We're not going to mention it, because he went and didn't honor that agreement. It seems like he just sort of took this title, didn't honor the agreement, and then was a little racist toward them. Made a style, called it what he called it. It was really weird. So that's like why we just... Yeah, like, I'm just being truthful about what happened. That's why we just moved on and we went our separate ways. And like I said, that's why I don't mention anybody's names or anything like that. I just want to be truthful with you guys about, basically that was what happened. And, so, nobody was, like, saying he was, like, racist or, like, accusing anybody of that or anything. It was just the sort of thing where there was, I think, creative differences in what they wanted to do with the schools. And so they just decided to... The one guy wanted to go to North Carolina anyway to open some schools anyway down there. So it was the sort of thing where I think they just decided to equally agree to go their separate ways. And that's it. Yeah, so, like, that's why another reason I don't really want to talk about it. It wasn't as bad as everybody wants to make it out to be, and I think a lot of people do try to, make drama out of it and stuff like that, and that's why I don't want to contribute to that. I was never even part of the drama. I typically just heard about it in the background, and And like I said, my Sifu, the guy that taught me everything I need to know, he sort of dealt with that for me so that, you know, I wouldn't have to make a decision on that, because I do think I probably would have had creative differences with him too. I don't necessarily agree that it should have been called what it was called and stuff too. So anyway, thank you, Cookie, again for mentioning that, bringing up the content. It was good stuff. Good stuff to talk about. I didn't plan on, you know, like doing this today, but I just planned on doing it at some point, so why not today? Yeah, why not? Do we want to maybe look at a couple of why can't I go? So like I also saw this comment. I'm pretty sure he was just joking. I volunteered to be a sparring. I was like, okay, that's fine. Need one. In all seriousness, though, just so you know, like, unless you have at least 15 plus years experience, I don't want to spar you. Yeah, you don't. I will learn nothing. You will learn. I mean, if you want me to train you, that's fine. But like, if you don't have 15 plus years experience, you don't spar. You can't. I have nothing to learn from that experience. So like, just don't even, like, don't even seriously put yourself out there unless, you know, like, that's my point, is like, unless you have the experience, just don't even bother. I will learn nothing from that, and you'll just get hit a lot. So, yeah. So like, that's what I'm saying, is like, yeah, I mean, that'd be great. I'd love to spar again, but most of the time, the people that used to spar me, well, that was what it was like, people didn't want to spar me anymore. They did not want to spar me anymore. My relaxed tension was to the point where, in my own training, where I started getting to the point where I was only using just blocks and my feet. I was limiting myself when I sparred like underclass, like basically anybody that didn't know animal styles and below. When I was sparring them, I would just not use hand strikes at all at a certain point, because I was starting to get to the point where my open hands where my relaxed tension was so good, I would tap somebody and see them do the thing where their eyes are rolling back. So I just stopped. I literally just stopped using my open hands with sparring. It's the sort of thing where I was just doing this, so I just tap them, just right like that, and it was that effective. So I just had to stop using it. So that's why with stuff like that, it's like, unless you have 15 years experience, don't even try to tell me, sparring buddy. I mean, that'd be great, but
Okay, so we're...
all right, let's go back to Hogwarts Legacy. Thank you, Cookie. You got a pinned comment, man. Thank you. Hey, make sure to strike that like button. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, for sure, man. And that's what I am. I'm a content creator. That's why, like, on top of my page, you know, for a while, I didn't know what to sort of do for my cover page. But like, that's why, like, I put content creator. I used to have like all the stuff written here, and I really just, I want to make content. Like, it's the sort of thing where I have creative ability. I was the kid with the camera, you know, laying on the street outside making videos saying, brought to you by Bleach Alternative and stuff like that. I literally did that. I literally found a video of myself as a kid. I put the camera on the ground, laid down in front of it, and actually said that. And like, that's all I said. And like, I don't know, it was just like hilarious. So it's like, one day, I knew that was what's going to happen. You know, it was the sort of thing where, just for so long, I had so many people making me believe. It was a confidence issue. it was just the issue that I didn't realize I was actually artistically inclined, just because I couldn't draw. A lot of it came down to that. A lot of it came down to the fact that I thought I was one of those people that couldn't use that side of my brain. But then at the same time, I was also one of those people that was center-brained. One of those rare people that's actually center-brained. And I know that's rare, but the funny thing is, I took a test right in class right in high school, and the teacher made me do it literally twice because he didn't believe me, and then he did it with me, and he's like, "Oh, you're center-brained." It literally means that you could do either. You could be a creative person, where you create and draw and stuff like that, or you could do the other. You could do academics. You know, you could be one of the smartest people alive, and be an academic, and go into science and stuff like that. So like I was a truly center-brain person, so it's the sort of thing where I was always pulled this way or this way depending on what I did. You know, in high school I was always doing drums and guitar, but I sucked at singing. I didn't know how to sing. Yeah, I had no idea how to sing. And then I didn't get into that until like later on. I started singing in my car and actually learning how to sing. And then I kept throwing my voice out because I was an idiot and trying to sing at the same volume of the stereo in the car, not realizing I'm throwing my voice out. And then I did that too many times and threw my voice out. So now, yep, you got it. Yep. So just one thing after another in my life where I was pulled one direction and didn't have enough smart people with that subject to guide me correctly. With martial arts, I did. With martial arts, I had some good people. So, like, that's where, like, that just ended up being what I made first. And I made the channel originally as a way to sort of promote my school, promote myself as an instructor. And then after that, I sort of, you know, like, job after job and stuff, and then closed the school, you know, and all that. Just decided to start making other content because I've always been a gamer, too. Yeah, I grew up. I know I showed you guys this before, but I think this is like original. I mean, I grew up playing this. Yeah, I mean, like this has been sitting on my shelf. This is this was like back in the old days. This was right before they started doing, I think, the battle chests. And so, like, I really did I spent so much time. This has a sticker on it that says Game of the Year GameSpot 2004. This is pretty old. Yeah, they wouldn't put the 2004 winner on here unless it's, like, near that time period. Like, it wasn't that much after. So my point was, this is probably the original copy that I got after playing at the end of Burning Crusade with my account and deciding that I loved WoW enough to buy the game and then start playing it. So that's what I did. I had a trial account on Burning Crusade, played the crap out of it. My brother was always playing it, and so I was like, you know what? I'm going to get this, and I'm going to play the crap out of it. And then I started doing that in Wrath, and that's what I did here. But I didn't have the latest expansion, so I can only get to a certain point. And then when I finally got to the latest expansion, and I finally was able to level and got up gearing and stuff, then the new one came out, and Kata came out, and it broke my heart because they took the talent trees out. So anyway, I really did, like, I grew up playing Doom, I grew up playing Duke Nukem 3D, I literally we always had PCs. I'd get up. Yeah, I mean, I get up early, and I remember when I got a Sega Genesis, I got up early before school just to play Sonic. That's how much I wanted to play that game. I used to go to my cousin's house all the time as a kid, and she was obsessed with Sonic, and we would sit there and just play Sonic and Knuckles the whole time. and Sonic 2, and it was just so much fun. Stopped after Lich. Yeah, like I agree, and that's why like right now is a great time. For like, are you playing Classic? Right now is a great time to be alive. Classic is going strong on Wrath. And like I love that, but I can't afford to just sit here and get a WoW subscription all the time. Yeah, we get the numbers up in the channel. Maybe I can start affording stuff like that. I can start actually playing WoW again. Yeah, I was part of the beta test in Hearthstone when it came out. I've always played Magic the Gathering. I don't know if you guys can see these. I have these fat packs back here. I have just crap loads of Magic decks over the years that I've assembled and used and played with. I love Magic the Gathering. Some of my original Pokemon cards are literally right here. I'm literally just... We got Charmander, we got, like, literally just within arm's reach. So, like, it's not foreign to me. I love my Hearthstone art books right here. I do look at them, because I love the art in Hearthstone. And, yeah, it's, man, yeah, I feel old sometimes because I remember when I was a kid sitting in my room on my old TV that just had the knobs, and we actually had a UHF setting on it. That's how old I am. And my brother had the Atari systems. He had the, what was it, the 3800, right? Or something like that. It was the small cartridge and the big cartridge. And we would sit there and just play like Joust and Pitfall. We would have to trade off in Pitfall, but Joust was freaking awesome. I love that. So I'm no stranger to video games and old games. He had a Commodore 64 too, and he'd set up Jumpman for me. That's how old school I am. I used to play old school Jumpman. Old school Donkey Kong too. Donkey Kong really was just Jumpman, though. Do you guys remember, anybody knows what Jumpman was? Basically was just Donkey Kong, where you just climb up ladders and there's something rolling barrels down. And if you fell off, it played the do 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 do. Old school Jumpman. This is what folks don't see. When they come to the channel, they don't see this one. Typically. This is the one I would usually recommend to people because it has like a collab. It has basically some of my favorite clips from the stuff. But this is, oh, and we got an ad. That's okay. It's the sort of thing where most people don't see that because it was 9 years ago. So it just gets buried. This one was 11 years ago, 935 views. Yeah.
CBS 21 News.
And then like a lot of this was just recorded at my school. So that was the school that I ran. That was it right there. Back there, so on the right, that's the changing area right there. And then back there we had like so right here, if you see there's like a little bit of tile on the floor. So this little room right here in there, we had like bricks, weights for your arms. It was the equipment room. We had a weighted vest. We had medicine balls in there. Typically, you know, when we'd start the class, that's where everybody would go. They'd go grab a medicine ball, or they'd go grab something. There's also well, my Sifu, he designed this school and really put a lot of the stuff in there. So I appreciated him doing this, because he put a wooden man so that we could practice our pressure point properly. Basically, one of the main things in our system is to learn where all the pressure points are at any given time on the body, so that eventually, once you get to animals, you know how to immediately hit the appropriate spot, and you just have that ingrained in your mind. So you can convert your animal styles immediately to pressure point fighting. And that's what a lot of technique comes down to, just knowing where to hit. And that's where a lot of the kung fu stylists will get anybody, typically, is the fact that they have that. So, you know, you have the wooden man, and then you have the holes of where they all are. And yeah, like, you have to learn, you have to be able to basically, you have to just be able to go down and do them all. I would make my students do them with the one finger at first to practice, you know. But, so that's where that was. And then the back there, I had a little inventory room where I kept uniforms, and then there's a bathroom back there too. Opening new school? Well, I mean, it takes money. I had to close it down for that reason. So, like, yeah, for sure, I've considered it, but it's the sort of thing where, like, just like running a channel takes money, you know? So, like, if I had money, my channel would probably have thousands of subscribers by now. Like, for example, like, if I, like, alright, for the problems I dealt with Hitman 3, if I had just bought, like, a whole new system, probably would have been fine. Like, nobody's saying that that's not the case. But, like, there's clearly nothing wrong when I can play other new games just fine. And, you know, like, everything else works just fine. So, like, it just comes down to, like, the world becoming more and more capitalistic minded, where you have to throw money at everything to survive. You know, otherwise it just dies. I don't, that's actually what I'm sort of running into, is like, basically just, the entire world is getting too much like that, where, if it doesn't look really good and it's not sold to you really well, I don't want it. I'll go somewhere else just because this looks better, or it's sold to me better. So, and that's where my channel, I think, struggles a bit, is, you know, that's the point, is like, while I try very hard to have the best quality, it takes a lot to do that. I am setting things that way. I am doing that. And it's the sort of thing where, you know, as soon as they stop support for this card, that's it. You know, I'll fall behind again. And that's what happened with my last card. You know, like, or let's say I bought a sponsorship. Let's say I paid to sponsor a bunch of my videos. I forked over like 5 to 10 grand and sponsored my videos. Within probably a couple of weeks, I would have a few thousand subscribers. Just because I paid for the sponsorship. I paid for, you know, it's it's crazy. So, if I did it again, that's the point I'm making, is I would want a much larger cushion for a longer period of time than what I had when I started this, and that's because of what I ran into. Or I would want to at least own the building. You're right, most people are blind to that, and that's why I've tried to make my whole life about not caring about that. I've intentionally turned down things that would make me rich. I know some people will actually hate me for that. They'll hate you for that. Fine. That's fine. I know that I'm doing the right thing. If I get rich one day because I worked for it, okay. but I will never take a shortcut. I won't do it. If I feel like I can just like become instantly rich off of something, I feel like at some point I haven't learned a life lesson to know that's going to be taken from me at some point and just ripped from me, and that I didn't actually earn it and deserve it. Does that make sense? If you earn it, you keep it. Does that make sense? I feel like that's the life lesson to be learned about a lot of people that I see that are billionaires that did it in a way that wasn't necessarily the greatest. They're sort of struggling now, right? Eventually they have problems. And then the people that were just really good actors and awesome people, like Robert Downey Jr., and not that he's a billionaire, but like halfway there, right? And people that did it. I know everyone hates Elon Musk, and I don't necessarily think he did a good job with Twitter, but yeah, I mean, take Elon Musk for example. At least he worked. Like he actually built something. Yeah. Yep. Yes. Cheers. Yes. So that's some monkey there. So a lot of these animal styles, the reason why you drop down like that, people are like, why would you do that? Like, what are you even doing there? When you do the style, it's sort of obvious, but like, a lot of the reason, let me just break this down. Alright, so do you guys remember how I said never do an X block? This is similar, but what I'm doing is as the hit comes down, I'm bringing my hand up and brushing it off. I'm cleaning it out so that their arm sort of just goes flying out to the side. It's different. And then I bring my hands back in to wait for the next attack so they can't grab my hands. That's proper technique. Now, it looks like what I'm doing is enticing them. Hold on. Oh, okay. No, I actually do wait for the next attacks there. My hands are just so quick, it's hard to get the pause. I'm doing a double block there, I think. Hold on. Yeah, I do a double block, and then they go up higher, so I protect my head. And then, because they're attacking my head so high, now I decide, okay, since you're attacking me high, I need to get low so that I can toss you. So basically what this is this is a setup for a throw. This is how an animal stylist would set up a throw. So basically, this whole time, I'm setting you up for this throw. So I've decided that your strikes are too heavy, you're a big guy, you're forcing me back, so the idea is to go backwards with that and then set the throw up. So that basically, block, double block, and then now you're stepping forward to attack me. Now all of a sudden, when you throw that attack, all of a sudden, I drop down low, hit you in your solar plexus, hit you in your groin, and now you're bending over. That's what that is. And now I'm so low, all I gotta do is do a fireman carry throw up underneath the leg, and you're down. That's what that is there. So, that's the breakdown for that. Now, I decided not to go with the throw. What I did there was basically he saw the setup and decided to start backing up. He got the hit in the groin. So I hit the groin, and he got off balance and decided to back up. So then what I did was I went for the kick. Yeah, maybe his arm was out. This is all shadow boxing, so I'm imagining what's happening in my brain. So, like, maybe I probably imagined, like, that his arm was still out there after the hit, or that he was trying to put his guard back up. And so since he's a lefty, I bring that hand up and just throw the kick. Boom. And force him back. There it is. And then there's the idea is that basically as I force him back and do that kick, he's probably a big guy and he's not going to just take it. So then I do another series of blocks there. Where I attack, just start clawing at his face. And surprise him with my speed. Yep. So basically, now that I have stunned him, he's probably slowed down a little bit. Now I'll surprise him with the speed, the claws to the face, getting the soft tissue, that sort of thing. Yep. This, at the end, that is somebody comes behind me, and they're trying to bear hug me, and I can feel it. So they go to bear hug me, and then I really quick snap their arms off, and you see how I lower my stance, and I'm about to turn around. I cut the video, but that's what that was. Like, I'm about to turn around, so then I'm about to, like, wrap their arm or something, whatever I'm about to do there. Yeah. Yeah, we gotta love the long fist, the long form. There you go, there's those hammers that we talked about earlier. So basically there I'm using them in such a way, I've got you under your chin here, and now basically you're gonna yank your arm away, so now I'm gonna start doing hammers to force you back. All you're gonna see is just hammers coming at you and me spinning. So you're gonna go backward. That's what that's to do. It's to force you back. And then I wait for the strike and I grab and I just pull and toss you down. Me and Cookie, I don't know. He was being all positive, so I guess so. There's no reason to talk about like any drama though. So yeah, I guess so. I guess we're all good. Yeah. Yeah, I just didn't. Yeah, I wasn't gonna talk about it. That's all. I was just gonna completely just proceed forward, and yeah, there's no reason not to. I know you are 365. I always appreciate you, man. You absolutely are. If anything, you bring in the positive. You make me laugh. Appreciate you, man. So this section here is to show that even when in snow, on a hill, when I'm freezing, my feet are wet. Yeah, like just all the things that would throw you off balance. This is to show that with proper training, you can still spin around and kick people. That's what this is to show. That's the point. And, so if you see here, we're doing an initial block. So this is to the chest, okay? A lot of times this is to the chest or the throat. Sorry, I know it is what it is. It's the throat a lot of times, let's be honest. It's here. Yeah, it's here. It's not nice. It's not a pretty one. So yeah, that's to the throat, solar plexus, chest. It forces them back, basically. It's, you know. So then I wait a second, and then as soon as they throw that next one, I sort of just block, yank them to the side, and move on to the guy to my left. The idea is to basically make the attacker, if you know multiple attacker situations, what you want to do is plan your next movement in a precise amount of time just before you need to. So like, a lot of times what you're doing in these situations is you're planning ahead so that basically you're going to wait here a couple of seconds until, so you're planning, and then at the same time, you are waiting till the exact second that you need to use this guy right here to get this guy right here off balance. So if I block and toss this guy at this guy's legs, This guy, as he's attacking, all of a sudden now is tripped off balance. So then all I have to do is just block his arm. Yeah, just shove it out of the way and kick him, and he falls over because he's already off balance. Boom. Cool music with the moves. Yeah, that's my buddy, Whitmer XL. I made content with him too. That's my buddy. He makes that music. So then the idea is then to show that I'm now taking care of that next guy that I sort of just tossed on the ground, or maybe a guy behind him. Yeah, maybe this guy's getting up. So now the point is my leg's already up, so I'm going to use it. So the whole point is that even in the snow, even on an incline, the snow's almost up to like my shin, I can spin around and do kicks. So that's the point. Is proper training, it doesn't matter. You can just do them. So, this is actually an interesting one here. I like this one. Anybody want to guess what that is? Anybody know what we're doing there? You probably... it's an arm break. It's the sort of thing where this is a very advanced arm break. So we're doing a crane's beak. And this is above the arm. So we have the arm captured now. Basically, we're already blocked. We have the arm captured. We're doing the crane's beak. And then all of a sudden I shift my elbow to the top and then bring my knee up. Does that make sense? Does that make sense to you guys? Yeah, that should make sense. So basically, you do the crane's beak, you shift your arm, you sort of shift your elbow to do the lift, and then you just bring the knee up. It's very timed. The knee is doing it. It is a very precise knee to the elbow. Yep. Now you can be going up into here, but that is a very precise knee into the elbow, and then basically that elbow is shifting down to like the wrist area. So you're doing the crane's beak, and it shifts down to the wrist area, and you bring the knee up here. And then basically that's just a couple of either reverse crane. You can make them mana strikes or reverse cranes where you flip your hand around. But just remember, with mana strikes, we are not hitting with the back of the hand. We're hitting with our wrist. So yeah, like basically after that break, you're just gonna snap. You guys have seen me break this stuff down before, so yeah. There's a couple of different explanations for this, though. Yeah, like this, you can also... You don't have to do this as an arm break. You really can just bring the knee up to the ribs, too. I was just being honest with you, like, it looks to me like the way I'm setting that arm up to really hammer down and slant. Yeah, I really feel like that's me. See how my hand's back here too? I'm pulling the arm. I'm actually trapping it with my other hand. Their arm would be along here, trapped along my body here. The elbow comes down, and the crane's beak to their... Bam. Now this you can flick that crane's beak. It doesn't look like I do it, so that's why I'm saying the arm break. That's why I'm saying it just looks like I literally took their arm straight down and lifted my knee up into it for the arm break. So then, because I didn't do that initial crane's beak, now I'm gonna boom boom. And I usually follow up with a third just to be safe. Yeah, there it is. So yeah, that's all I'm doing there. I mean, there could be, depending on what I'm thinking at the time, there could be so many different reasons for that and things that, you know, I'm doing there, but... Let's play some Hogwarts. Yeah, we ended up talking about martial arts instead. Sorry, guys. I'm glad you're here, 365. I'm glad you're here, man. Cool music. I really appreciate it that he like let me use that music too. Like he basically just like will make some music for me and then also let me use music he's already made. I usually credit him. I hope that it's in the description. If not, I'll have to add it. I usually credit him though at the end. If you watch the whole thing all the way through, it'll be like music by Whitmer XL. You can look him up. I'll tag him here. His channel's awesome. Yeah, we're actually in some... Do you guys want me to just... Here, I'll link you the... We've already watched it. And laughed at it, but... If you want, I'll link you the video that we're in together. Because I think you guys watched it before on stream with me, but then we didn't... There was really nothing after that. We didn't really talk about it much. So for some of you that are new to the channel, you might not have seen our reaction to that. Here it is. So this is his channel, but this is the two of us. I'll link it in the chat for you guys. And then he's the one that does the music. So there you go, 365. If you need any music or anything, I'm sure he'd be happy to, you know. He's a, like well, as you can see, an in real life friend. Known him for a long time. Wait, what's that?
Levioso. Revelio.
Is that just supposed to look like water? You see it above the fountain? What's this sound? I heard something. So we cleared this out, didn't we? Do we have to clear it out again?
Revelio.
Oh, right. Back we go. It's okay, I don't mind flying around. Tomes and scrolls. Maybe we'll just go straight in here.
Wingardium Leviosa makes light work, I always say.
Makes light.
Just let me know if there's something in particular you're looking for. Let's look at what we have, shall we?
Okay, so we gotta identify some things too, but let me get rid of this stuff.
A pleasure doing business with you.
Let me get rid of all this crap we're not gonna use. $51, $44, $56, yeah, so that one's better. $53, look at that. $59, alright, so... Yeah, I don't know. Hard to say. What am I wearing?
Let me know if there's anything else I can do to help.
Let's see. 51. Okay. 43. We're gonna have to change this, I think. 43. Let's do that. We should upgrade and stuff. Yep, that's better. Alright. 51. Yep, that's better. 56. Yeah, that's better. We need to identify that. Sell these gloves, I think.
Let's look at what we have, shall we?
What's up, guys? Please, please, please hit the like if you're stopping in. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you all again for your support today, especially Cookie coming in chat. Appreciate you.
Let me know if there's anything else I can do to help.
Probably wasn't easy, so I appreciate it.
Expelliarmus.
When the children are back at Hogwarts.
Can't fly here. We have to leave town and then fly. Should we take a look at the castle? Quick. Wait. Which one's this? And do we have them? Oh, they're puff skeins. Yeah, we can totally get them. I want to save these spots though. Yeah, we're gonna definitely do this. I'm excited. I'm excited to just actually do all of this. Wait, what's this? Oh yeah, we did that.
Mr. Oakes' trade journal.
Ramrock's Lock agreed to meet, but I do feel a tad uneasy. They amended the request and were angry when I asked questions. I overheard some of their plan in gobbledygook. I love that. They're after my rare metal deposits that are suitable for drilling. I'm afraid of upsetting them further. They seem rather volatile, and I need this transaction to happen. Perhaps we can work out a compromise. Perhaps not. Roland Oakes. Okay.
Adelaide said that her uncle kept notes of his trades, maps. Perhaps these landmarks will lead me to him.
Do you guys like my my character's name? I feel like all right, so obviously he's a Longbottom because I love well, who doesn't love that moment? Yeah, when he finally had his moment where the Sword of Gryffindor finally showed up for him at the end. Yeah, Neville, the whole series, Neville's just like looking like this huge dork that doesn't do anything. And he just like everything's happening. Everything's going on, you know, like they're down to the last Horcrux, right? They're down to the last one, and it's the stupid snake that's like dumb OP, right? Harry's about on his last leg, and then suddenly Neville just, the Sword of Gryffindor just shows up for him in the freaking hat. Wasn't it the hat? It was just there, sticking out, and he just runs forward and just grabs it and just slices that snake, and it was so epic. I loved that moment. That was huge. Loved it. Huge redemption moment for him. And I loved his character to begin with. But I always loved how he like stood up for what was right, even though he knew he couldn't win. I love Neville. Yeah. What a real hero looks like. Yeah, that's the point, is like he would do things at various times that were like very heroic, even though he just knew he couldn't. You gotta love Neville. So yeah, that was some of the obviously the inspiration there too. A little bit of Harry, a little bit of Neville. Hence Longbottom. And his first name, I sort of spelled that in a way, you know, it would look kind of, you know, English, and I tried to go with sort of an English sounding name, Roland. I don't know. Now I see where Roland's map now, and it's just funny because it is spelled different, but it's I spell it with an R. There we go. Yeah. I don't know. I think it suits him. Yeah, I think it suits him. There's a chest in here.
Revelio.
Yeah, this is what we went back to sell for, right? Oh shoot, we got a collection there. So we got more ancient magic. That's awesome. That's awesome. We can apply that to our gear. Talked about that on the stream yesterday, right? Because we did that. That was the whole point. I didn't know how to do it, and then the whole time I was thinking that I had to like put something else down and stuff like that. There's like this little button when you go into that one. Well, when you go into your when you go into your piece of furniture that you have for making crates and stuff like
A rock formation. That's the first landmark on this map.
that. And when you go into
How
that,
to find the crooked tree.
it's initially, you know, obviously to it's a piece of furniture that would normally, you know, like make shirts and clothing and stuff like that, but then, you know, the idea is that you use it to actually upgrade your gear, and that's what's in your room of requirement. And then at the same time, we didn't know how to do the traits. You go into that, and there's like this little button that says add trait. You have to do it that way. It was so weird.
This could prove dangerous if I'm not careful.
But yeah, easy once you know that. And then that's how you do that thing. Solo, we just got that magic. That's how you do it.
Potato! Confringo! Levioso! Compulso! Levioso! Accio! Confringo! Compulso! Accio!
I love that little the way he holds the wand. You can tell they really put a lot into the wand casting and stuff. It almost looks like the way they did it is exactly the technique that would be used by a musical conductor, classical conductor. You know, where they hold their wand essentially. What's it called? It's been a while.
Lumos.
Yeah, guys, I haven't been in band since like middle school.
Lumos. Revelio.
We're supposed to jump in, aren't we? God. Almost 30 hours on this save. My in-game time is like 30 something. This is so cool. I knew something was gonna happen, but I didn't expect to just show up somewhere else. Unidentified face item. So we can talk briefly about how to do that. I'll just try this really quick.
Repulsor.
Just wanted to make sure. sometimes you'll get to an area and it seems blocked, and you'll use is it Repulso? Is that the one? Depulso. Sorry, Depulso. And
Lumos.
you know, it'll just blow away anything that's there. So yeah, that's what you want to do if you it's like blocked off. So we have to use Roland's map to follow his trail. But what I'm actually going to do now is head back to the room of requirement for the time being. Because, and that's in secret rooms, by the way. Because we need to do these things. We need to swap some gear, add the trait. So our beasts are in here. Yeah, the beasts that we save are in there. Go down here and mess with the gear a little bit. A loom, that's what it's called. Enchanted loom. So, actually, my mistake. Let's go identify gear first. Ooh, that looks pretty cool. Black riveted gloves. Ooh. They're actually really nice. See, I was actually looking for something that would go with what I have. They might... Yeah, so, see how they match my my boots? Yeah, they match better. So finally, right, if we finally got something that I actually like that matches what I'm going with. Honestly, like, I do like the other robes that we have. Like, this one's pretty freaking cool. I just like this one better. Yeah, I just like this one better, that's all. Like, as soon as we would get one that I think is better than this, I will probably... But, like the stars glow. See how the stars are, like, lighting up in it? I think that's cool. So, yeah, why wouldn't I use that? Alright. 49... Wait, what? Oh, that's the one we just got. Yeah, let's use that. Look, increased spell damage. So this is the ancient magic. Increased spell damage while concealed by disillusionment. That's actually pretty cool. I don't care about that because I don't really use disillusionment that much. But that's cool. We can put a trait on it. So let's do some traits. We want to add that. Now, I think it's important to remember that you want to be doing your build for, you know, treat it like you would with the Final Fantasy games, basically. Like, do your build exactly how you would for what you actually use. Does that make sense? Like, if you're gonna be using mainly damage spells, control damage spells like I am, definitely use the ancient magic traits for that. You know, don't decrease damage taken from goblins. That's pretty good. You know, maybe we'll want to use that for a little bit of defense. That's not bad. But all right, this is our new hat though. This is the one we're actually wearing. So we want to add one to this. We definitely want to add one to our new gloves. So let's do that first. So we can do this. Increases damage with Incendio. I really like that. I think this is a good idea. I also don't want to be using up all of my trait requirement stuff. right away. Now, I'm going to get more beasts, and then we'll grind out more of this stuff, because that's what you're going to use those for. But we're not doing that today. Mainly today, we're just doing quests and stuff. So I don't want to use up too much of these. For now, I think I actually will go with this. Yeah, we're going to put this on the... We're going to get this. We're going to put this on the glove. Increase damage with Incendio. Okay. And then we'll... There we go. So, the upgrade it requires is the 3 mooncalf fur. Alright, and then there's your actual upgrade. But we have the trait here applied. That's really all we were doing. Alright, so I just wanted to show you guys that I was initially confused too. And it's like just right there, you see how it says view traits. Under the little card there. You hit that button. It's like nowhere else. It just says apply a trait, and then like you have to figure out that it's in the loom, and then there's a button that says view traits. So just a heads up, that's where that is, in case you're confused by that. And then your beasts out here, the ones you collect, they produce. You have to like pet them, feed them, and then they'll start producing stuff over time for your collection and all that. Now, I do need to level these up, otherwise I'm never going to get these. Yeah. Now, I can make these, but I think I'm maxed out. Maybe we'll make one of these. Yeah, well, 25 Wigan Welds is I think my max, and I don't ever use them. Like, I don't really need to. I do so much damage. I kill stuff before it... Like, I do take damage sometimes, but not enough. Like, it really, I end up healing before I need to take it. So, very rarely do I need to use a Wigan Weld. So that's how that works.
I'd like to ask you about changing the room's ambience.
Of course. What sort of overall look most appeals to you?
I just realized, look at my glasses. I forgot to change the appearance. So I normally go cool moonlit, right? Warm and cozy.
I'd like the room to be warm and comfortable, as if I'm floating inside a mug of butterbeer.
Sounds perfect.
As if he's floating inside a mug of butterbeer. That's great. Yeah, we'll make it a little bit more normal for now. It is nice. It is nice. Yeah, those glasses are just awful, aren't they? There we go. These are funny. They get wider as you... Isn't that cool? By the way, when you see that stutter, that's my hand. Like, my mouse is actually... So, like, when I do this and I'm playing something, that's why I'll often, like, put the sensitivity down and, like, make it smoother. Is because when it does that, that's my mouse is so sensitive. That's my hand. Yeah, it's actually picking up every time... So I'm moving it slow, it's my mouse pad. I gotta get it... I replaced this like a bit ago, but honestly, it's because the original one I had was really getting really bad. I had a Razer mouse pad, and it would never do that. That was why, because it had a nice grain on it. But yeah, if you don't have a grain on your mouse pad and it's smooth, it'll pick up every little... It's because it needs to have that grain so that it doesn't pick that up. It's too smooth. So you turn the sensitivity down, and then you can just do that. That's why, by the way. It even does it when I have high sense. That's like if I'm moving around and I have my high sensitivity, it sort of does this. Oh no, wait, I have it down. That's my hand. Yeah, because if I turn my sensitivity down, I can just... Yeah. Or if I move it fast. Yeah, like the game just... The game does fine. Yeah, it's just my hand. Yeah, like 90% of the time, that's my hand. My hand is huge. I'm one of those people, I'm not moving my arm when I do this. I'm one of those people, my palm rests on the table, and I'm actually using my fingers to move the whole mouse. Yeah, my hand doesn't rest on top of the mouse like most people. My hand's too big. The mouse actually, like, this is how, you can see that, like, it, that's how it is in my hand, so, like, my palm will sit here. It's, I'm moving it basically with my ring finger and my thumb. That's how I move my mouse. Ring finger and thumb. Yeah. Very, very precise, careful movements with my palm directly on the surface. Anyway. Yeah, some of this music is a little like carnival cheesy. I would agree with that. So can't do that yet. Oh yeah, Wingardium Leviosa. Yeah, let's continue our assignments. We gotta do that. I was just on the map and I didn't see anything. You know what? That might not be a bad idea anyway. You know, I did say about doing low-level stuff. We should probably just do that. Yeah, you know what? Let me track this. And we'll do that one for now. Yeah, we gotta use this basically. Collections. Yeah, they should have a button in here to let you just clear it out soon. You know what the music reminds me of? It really reminds me of some of the WoW music that they have today. And actually some Starfield music sounds like this too. It's really just the menu music. I really like the menu music. It does sound a lot. There really is a WoW song that sounds a lot like this. I think it's actually in Dragonflight. Not this music. This music's the kind that everybody's like, yeah, it's a little carnival, a little cheesy. I would agree with it though. I would agree with that assessment. I'm just gonna go out here. Yeah, we'll just fast travel to Lower Hogs Field and then we'll be halfway there pretty much. Maybe like a third of the way there. Nice shot of the castle from here. Amazing. That's awesome. Give me a sec, I'm gonna hit the bathroom and be right back. This is just like I love when I take a break and then I'll come back and then just look at the screen and just be like, how is the game this good at deciding environment? Where all I did was go and come back and the screen looks this different from the last time I was looking at it. My dude's awesome. I'm pretty happy with my character. I can't I can't even deny that. Like I'll be honest with you guys, like I do enjoy, like, you know, the whole character creation, customizing and stuff. I won't deny that I'm pretty decent at making a character. Look at how amazing the scenery is, though. And Britain really looks like this in a lot of places. Like, the mountainous places, it can. I see balloons. I see all these balloons that I want to pop. If we would happen to cross their path, I'll do it, but I'm not gonna, like, go out of my way. Yeah, there's a whole bunch over there. There's some there, and then there's some over that way. I love that. That's honestly really cool, too, that they have all these things that you can do with your broom. You know, it's not just, like, fly around. They really reward you, you know, for being good at it. So if you're one of those people where you're decent at flying the broom, they're gonna reward you for that. I like that.
Here we
cool.
are. Mr. Weeks wasn't wrong about the mountain views.
If it isn't the fastest Ravenclaw.
See, did you see how, like, when it saved and it had to load for the save, there was actually a slight stutter? That's all it is. It's literally just the game, like, loading itself. It has to load a lot of those textures.
Anyone in the wizarding world could outdo the best of muggles.
Hello, Imelda. So, another trial?
Of course it's another trial. And you'd better be taking part.
I love how we just look so extra compared to all the students, right? All the students have their school robes, right? And we're just wearing this awesome... Changed your mind about me?
Does this mean you've changed your mind about me?
Well, you're a step up from the good-for-nothings who usually challenge me. While they sit around and hope to be the best, I put in hours of practice. No one sets records by wishing for them. And I need strong competition to stay on top of my game. Are you going to try to beat my flying record or not?
Yes. Let's go. Not now. I'll come back later. Strong competition. Yeah, let's go.
I'm ready to fly.
Finally, a decent challenge.
What the?
I'd say that was acceptable.
Didn't hit 'em all.
like it. I'd say that was acceptable.
Brilliant! 0 for penalty? Did I really just do that?
You've improved, I must admit. That was a bloody good run. Be careful. Earn a reputation for talent around here, and some people get put out about it.
Yeah.
Sounds like you're
true.
speaking from experience.
Yes, well, I am. Anyway,
It's true.
you didn't do
That's how it works.
abysmally. I can't deny that. But you'll not have the same luck on the South Coast course.
We shall see, Imelda.
We'll see, won't we? Till next time.
I half expected you to back down. Rest on your laurels. See you at the South Coast trial.
She's cool.
If you don't lose your nerve.
Yeah, she's a
To
cool
race this
character.
course again, visit the podium with the leaderboard, where you can start the race and check your time.
Thank you.
Another successful flight. I should let Mr. Weeks know.
So I have the second fastest. That's awesome. I'll take that. 5 seconds faster than me, though. That's crazy. That's awesome. Yeah, I'll take second place. I'm fine with that. It's fine. I'll take that. Two out of 3 ain't bad. Not really what that means, but kind of applies. I love flying around so much. Right as I say that, I'm like, let's fast travel so we can get some of this done. We really do need to, though. I'm spending way too much time doing that. Where's... Oh, right, on the... Yeah. Practice flying near Cambridge Tower. It capture height there. Interesting. I think we got to get these balloons. Yeah, so we'll get these balloons now. I think that's probably what we have to do. So let's start up here. And we'll get them in order. We're probably supposed to go the other way. No big deal. Wait, what's back here? It's like sort of tucked away here. I wonder if there's like anything up here. It's sort of, see how there's like an invisible wall? Could be some here. Did we just find a hippogriff? Stop moving, Roland! Get off your stupid broom now and... Oh my god, now I'm hitting all kinds of buttons. Get off your... I don't think I can get him yet. We're gonna try. Where are you, buddy? Come here. Yeah, come here, buddy. I just want to capture. I just want to give you a new home. I just want to... Where's the white one? There he is. I think he ran away. Alright, I'm gonna go back up here. Is this really what this is? Oh my god, I really think it is. Look at these giant nests. I mean, it's gotta be. Where are they coming back or what? I see him, but like he's like not coming back now. All right, let's go up here and maybe he'll come back. What the heck? Come back over here. Come back over here. I see you. Come here. I wanted the brown one, but that's fine. White one's cool too. Get back over here. Where are you going? Your home is up here. And then I'm going to give you a new one. Go home. Don't you want to go to your home? Oh my gosh. Where? How are you allowed to go through the barrier, but I'm not? How dare you? What the heck? Oh wait, is it this other bird? No, these nests are huge. It's gotta be. There's two of them here. I scared them away. As simple as that. There now, though. No, it's not. Oh, yes, it is. There it is. Yeah, we have to zoom in, and we'll see it. We're good. As long as we, yeah, we just have to remember we have to zoom all the way in for them. We're fine. Yeah, that's what it is. You gotta zoom all the way in for them. Okay, so remember with these balloons, you still have to you have to sort of hit your boost a bit, and that helps you hit them. Yeah, see if I just tap it, I just go right through. So anybody wants a tip, that's definitely my tip. I mean, I guess you can also do it like that, but it's harder, for sure. You get going pretty fast. Yeah, honestly, I'd rather get close and just know I'm gonna hit it. You know what I mean?
That's it.
That's it. Alright, we got it. Notice how the music just like stops sometimes and then like it won't play again? Interesting, right? Okay. Let's finish up this way. Or are we going back to Hogwarts now? Oh yeah, okay. So we did that. No, we didn't do. No. This one. Duh. Yeah, this one. We still didn't do that other one, but this is the one that we just did, and we have to finish it up. Probably going to Hogwarts, aren't we? Yeah, I'm just gonna fast travel for this one. She's probably gonna be outside, right? We'll see. I guess it depends. Yeah. So, I thought it wanted us to talk to her. But that's not the teacher. Yeah, first I thought that's... right? So is it up here? I don't remember. Okay,
Welcome
yeah.
back.
Yep. Alright,
Have you
so
finished
I'll try
your
to remember
assignments?
That. Yeah, I'll try to remember that. This is her little office. It's not really a classroom. Because I think that's the idea. She just has an office because really her classroom is right outside. So that's the point, I think.
Reporting back, Professor. Assignment's all finished.
Well done. Shows good discipline. Wisdom is a golden snitch, as they say. And you're proving a skilled seeker in that regard. Let us practice our resto momentum.
Okay.
A charm, incidentally, created to stop quaffles from plummeting straight to the ground during a Quidditch match.
Yes.
Precise, deliberate movements.
Let's go. Whoa, whoa. My bad. See, that one's not easy.
Very good.
Accio!
Practicing your new spell as much as possible. Perhaps before you leave here.
Yeah, let's do it.
Arresto momentum.
That's it. Keep it up.
Works for me. Yeah, works for me. Level 11. We should do some unlock too, because I gotta definitely level that up. And we've only unlocked a couple of things since getting it. But yeah, I can finally do that now too. Takes a bit, guys. Like, basically, if you're running into the issue, like, you don't know how to unlock stuff, you don't have this or that, keep going through the main stuff, do your assignments. Do your assignments. You have to do that stuff.
Hello, Samantha. Are you here for someone as caught?
I am. I'm actually rather good at it. Used to play all the time with my brother until... Never mind. Shall we begin?
Uh-oh.
Yes, I'm ready to play.
Then let's get summoning.
this is the one I did before. But there's like little spots. Oh man, this is so weird.
Accio!
Yes.
You'll have to do better
See,
than
I
that.
forgot I had to stop
Accio!
channeling. Remember how I explained before? You have to hit it again, and that's something I didn't know too. Yeah. So I didn't cancel it. Alright, let's go. Let's try this.
Accio!
It's easier than I thought. We just go right through that thing.
That was sensational. Accio!
So if I just sort of time it right, I should be able to pull this one straight to me. Yep. So it actually puts spin
You'll
on
have
it.
to do better than that.
If you get it near the middle of that little circle,
that?
it puts spin on it, and it goes faster once it hits that spot. So like basically, even if you let go of it, it might put spin on it, and it'll start going faster. If you
Good
pull
match.
It.
Care
It's
to
like
have
a
another go?
slingshot. It's like a slingshot. Every time I'm talking, there's dialogue.
But of course.
Splendid.
I'll say nothing for a while, and then as soon as I say nothing, as soon as I start to say something, have something to say, the game's like, I'm gonna throw 8,000 minutes of dialogue at you right now.
What was I thinking?
I don't know. What were you thinking? That's pretty bad. Though I did it too, so I can't.
That was sensational. Accio!
How the? What is this? How did I even?
Yes!
I'm not gonna worry about it.
How am I to top that?
I don't know.
Accio!
Tell me. This could go bad.
Accio!
So close.
How am I to top that?
So close.
That settles it, then.
I got it though. Not a perfect game, but very, very close. 20 points off, right? Yeah. 30
After
instead
your
of 50.
poor show against Natty in class, I thought I could beat you. Appears I overestimated myself.
Yes, it appears. You played well, you underestimated me. We'll do, you played well.
Don't say that, Samantha. You're a fine player.
Well, that's very kind of you. Let's just say if
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
good,
she did well.
then you're better. I happen to know who you're up against next, and she's no shy opponent. Best of luck.
All right. Well, that was... Sweet. Yep, that's our next one. Acquire and use venomous tentacle. Tentacula. I'm sorry, tentacula. Mandrake on multiple enemies. We gotta go find some.
The last time I got one.
Beautiful, isn't it? You gotta love this castle. You have to. Love Hogwarts or GTFO. Merlin trial. Looking for some spiders, mandrakes. I don't know if I'm getting that from spiders or what. Wait, who is that? Okay. Nothing. Okay. Got it. We got a Niffler! Awesome. I don't think I had one before, so that's why I'm glad I came across that. I wonder if it'll track it. I don't think it's gonna track it. I think we have to like legitimately find. I want to look somewhere around where we saw. Hold on, where are we at here? I want to look. Yeah, here we go. This is where I want to go. Somewhere around there. Hold on. Oh, I went that way? Oh. Thought I went the other way. Well, that's the problem. Okay, there's one.
These rocks have seen better days.
Nice. I'm gonna take care of that at some point. Wait. Is this something I have? Did you see what it was? Oh my god, please come here. Oh!
Everything's all right now.
I have a fucking unicorn. I'm sorry, but I. That's awesome. I actually have I literally have a unicorn now. That is just too exciting. I cannot contain the excitement. I apologize, but that is awesome. Oh my gosh. Was that a true Deadpool response? I think it was. Just Deadpool at heart. Yeah. What the f... This is freaking cool. I wonder if we can get the... Hang on. Hang on. I don't think we can. Nope, it's not gonna let me. Yeah, I can't target them, so I can't get them. I thought I had to blast the webs. Okay. Easy stuff. He's like, oh. Hello, little owl. Little owl. That was adorable. So I'm not finding any giant spiders, guys. I think we need a giant spider, don't we? Hold on. Oh, it says I can just buy them? I honestly thought I would have to... Oh, it is guiding me. I didn't realize I could do that. You see that?
Protego!
I didn't know I could do that. What the... That's so cool. Wait. Is that just from pressing it one time?
It's been ages since I've found anything worth coaching near Cragcroft.
I didn't even know I could do that.
It seems we may have an... Oh, the
Arresto momentum. Confringo. Protego.
Nothing more than luck.
Accio. Cabalso.
What have you...
Confringo.
No.
Yeah, that's so cool. Well, let's go. Will it guide me on my broom? It will.
Protego. Confringo. Cursed fiends.
So there's a spider fang.
Confringo!
This is so cool that I didn't realize it would actually guide. You know what I mean? So this is because we have the tracker. We set a marker, so it's doing it for us. I think maybe like I probably knew that when I first played, but I just haven't really walked around on foot too much to use the tracker. I've been doing a lot of stuff with my broom. Venomous tentacular.
Confringo!
I think I just need to buy this stuff.
Arresto momentum. Confringo! Accio!
Well, may as well clear it out while I'm here. Where are you guys?
Incendio. Revelio.
Huh. It says they're on my mini map, but I don't see them.
Arresto momentum. Confringo.
Yeah, we're just getting spider fangs from these guys. Which I'm sure we're going to use at some point.
Potato!
Oh, we hit level 24. Hold on. Yeah, we gotta. Where's the one? I better look. Visibility and Thunder Brew. Okay. Visibility, there's invisibility. Yeah, we're gonna have to do that. Let's do invisibility. Then we must be able to use it, so, yeah.
Arresto momentum. Confringo!
That was goofy.
Confringo!
This is cool. It's like a cool area down here.
Confringo! Revelio.
Yeah, I think we're pretty good. We just got all this stuff. Pretty much. There's a Wigan Weld. Merlin trial, I think.
Could it be a Merlin trial?
Oh, not enough mallow sweet. Okay, that's fine. You know what? We need to start working on growing herbs and all that stuff. We should be doing that anyway. It's time, right?
Arresto momentum.
This is
Confringo.
almost too easy.
Repulsor. Accio. Confringo. Protego. Arresto momentum. Repulsor. Accio. Confringo.
Done. Careful, this one, Peggy. I'll have taken your life before you even realise it's gone.
Oh, what's going on?
Confringo. Arresto momentum. Accio. Repulsor.
Okay. Cleared that out.
Revelio.
Oh, there we go. There's an herbology one. Awesome. Yeah, that's what we were just talking about. Sweet. Yeah, we came up here because we saw a Merlin trial and we got sidetracked. That's what's so great about this game is like there's something around every corner. And it's genuinely really fun exploring and discovering all the trials and figuring them out and everything. It's really fun. You have to use different magics and stuff too. Now we need Marrow Sweet, so we'll have to come back. But these should be fairly easy. Yeah, I already have some ideas, so. Hogwarts. Hogwarts. Okay. There's actually a bunch of low-level stuff we need to do too, like really easy stuff that would, you know, like stuff like this. something else. I don't think this is tracking it right. Yeah. That's so awesome, I have a unicorn. We should go take a look at that. Yeah, I'm gonna hand this in, and that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go take a look at that real quick. A freaking unicorn. Ah. Ah. This is all spooky. Yeah, look at all this. How awesome is this? All right. Miss Willardsea. That's who we're going to visit.
Glad you came.
Oh, please tell me you have an answer for me about the butterflies.
The moment I walk in.
Hello, Miss Willardsea.
Well, what happened? Did you find them?
Yes, I was well rewarded.
They led me into the forest and revealed a treasure.
Oh, how lovely! I'm glad you were rewarded for your efforts. Perhaps one day I'll be able to bring myself to go into the forest. For now, I'm happy simply knowing there's something so lovely to see, should I dare.
Hello, Serona. I received your owl. How are you?
Hello, my friend. Did you ever find Lodgok?
I did, thank you. We had a good conversation. He sends you his best.
Glad to hear it. I shan't ask for details of your little chat, and I'll refrain from telling you to be careful yet again. But I hope you will be, whatever your plans.
Of course.
Yeah.
Your owl mentioned you're needing my help with something?
We don't need
I
to be
do.
careful.
I thought you might be just the person to do
They
a
need to be
favour for my
careful.
friend Dorothy Sprottle in Upper Hogsfield.
I don't believe I've met Mrs. Sprottle.
She's lovely. Her late husband Aidan was a friend of my father's.
Okay.
In fact, I'd stayed with Dot and Aidan the summers I waited tables here as a student. I've seen her a few times since Aidan passed, but the pub's been so busy lately, I've not been as attentive as I'd have liked. I wonder if you might pop in and see her. She may need some help collecting ingredients for her supply of Wiggenweld potion. And you could retrieve something of mine in the process. A box, full of old letters and such.
I can try and step by. Why does Mrs. Spraddle have a Wiggenweld supply? Why do you leave your box of letters with the Spraddles? Let's just help.
I'll try to go and see her when I can.
It would mean the world to me, and to Dorothy. Aidan was bringing the box of letters to me when he was taken ill. Dot can tell you where he might have dropped it.
Okay.
You'll find the hamlet just north of Hogsmeade. Please do give Dot my love.
So we gotta go back to Upper Hogsfield for this one. Time to save. Time to save our game. This was a fun stream, but now it is time. Oh man. Had fun with you guys. Appreciate everybody being here and stopping in. It was good to see all of you. It was good to see all of you being supportive. Thank you so much. I appreciate the support. Appreciate all the positivity. Thank you for the compliments and for bringing up the stuff about martial arts. You know, obviously we talked a good bit about Kung Fu there for a while, but rightfully so. I needed to do that at some point anyway, and you know, like, why not do it today when everybody wanted to talk about it? So, you know, that's good. So thank you guys again, and we're gonna go ahead and stop there. We'll pick up later, obviously. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and stop there, and then I'll see you guys soon for. There it is. There's Windows. I knew it was coming. Yep, there it is. Every single time. Yep, every it's just gonna do it every time. Yep, that's a good old Windows 10. There's just some things that, no matter how many times you report them, they just keep. They don't care. Fun stuff. Anyway, I appreciate you guys being positive, and I love Hogwarts Legacy. I love playing it and exploring the game and talking about it, making content on it. We're gonna probably just you know, play this character out, and obviously more content's coming, more martial arts content. I'm obviously gonna continue on with the other stuff that we didn't finish up, and you know, continue on doing Hearthstone and other stuff too. But once again, I'm going to start doing uploads for that stuff. I'm getting really sick and tired of the stream sniping and all that crap, so it needs to stop. And moving forward, I'll probably just do that, at least, you know, for the time being. I don't know when it would be that I could get away from that, but it's the sort of thing where once we have enough people that can help out, probably with keeping an eye on that situation, it would be easier. But anyway, we're probably gonna do uploads for that for now, and focus on like Hogwarts Legacy and stuff for the lives, and a few other things. I love doing the relaxed streams too, guys, with the music, and I'm not sitting here saying a whole lot. I'm just commenting on things once in a while, if I do at all. Every once in a while too, I may do like a stream, like a late stream, where we just sort of no commentary, play through something. Because the reason I do that is because I have all these games that I've been wanting to get through that people have asked me to play, and I haven't gotten to them. So it's the sort of thing where if I'm tired, yet I have a time slot, and I can use that, and I have a little bit of time, I might get on, you know, just not talk very much or at all, and then just play through it a little bit, get the stream on there, just do it a little bit, and then go to sleep or whatever, you know. That's what Resident Evil 3 was. And you know, there's been a couple of other times that we did that too, where like we're just no commentary, you know, late, I'm tired, but I want to play this game. Other people have been wanting me to play it anyway, so why not just stream it? You know, if you guys want to join and watch and join in the chat and stuff like that, that's cool. I might talk, I might just use chat. If I'm tired, that's the sort of thing where like, because of the sound of my voice when I'm tired, and I don't like how that sounds, that's why I really don't like to use the mic a lot. It's the sort of thing where I sound depressed and stuff like that, and then people are like, what's wrong? It's like, there's nothing wrong, I'm tired. And then they just assume, and it's like, no, I'm tired, I don't like the way I sound or look when I'm tired, so no camera, no commentary, just typically me playing the game. And a lot of times I'm going to be a lot better than two, because then I can focus more when I'm tired on the game, instead of just trying to give you guys commentary. I need to be awake for that stuff, you know. So anyway, that's just to explain a little bit about that stuff. You know, you might see one pop up here and there. It's not going to be a lot, because I need to get sleep, and I need to get up for, you know, the thing we're working on for the next day. Like I said, the shorts are coming too. We're going to be starting to do those soon, where we just once again do some sort of you know, martial arts demo. You know, like just something I demonstrate. That's the short. And you know, this is how you do it in Kung Fu, and that's it. We're going to be doing a lot more of that soon, but then also at the same time, once we get, like I said, up to the amount of members that we would need to start doing member streams and things like that, amount of subscribers we need for member streams, we're gonna definitely do member streams for the members that actually join, and then I'll give you guys more instruction about more specific things. I won't, again, give you like the entire system or anything like that, but you guys are going to get definitely a lot more instruction. And you know, for the member streams, it's the sort of thing where if you ask me something, it'll be a lot easier to answer it, because it's a member only stream. You know, we don't have a bunch of people throwing stuff out there, stuff like that. So make sense, guys? I hope so. I appreciate all of you, and again, look forward to the continuing those relaxed streams, because part of being a martial artist and being martial artist, you know, minded, actually you need to have a nice, relaxed, calm state of mind pretty much at all times. And so I need to do these things. I need to do relaxed streams. I need to be doing things where I'm not dealing with a frustrating game and stuff like that. And then that's the content, and then that takes that progress backwards on being minded, as far as, you know, being relaxed all the time, and having, you know, having our minds in the right place as far as where the channel, the direction of the channel is going. Because if we're going back into the martial arts and stuff like that, we definitely want to get away from the rage content and stuff like that. We definitely don't want to be doing that. And so, yeah. Just wanted to throw that stuff out there so you guys know where I'm at with that. And that's why, like, with the relaxed streams, I'm very particular about certain games. I might experiment and try one out and see how I like it. Remove the stream if I don't. Things like that. Yeah, I'm gonna try different things. So just be understanding, please. You know, I'm just trying different stuff, seeing how we react, and also seeing what I think of it. I don't know until I try it, you know. So, that's it. That's all I can say as far as that's concerned. And I definitely enjoy doing Hogwarts Legacy streams. You know, I love that stuff. So obviously I'm going to be playing it more. So appreciate all of you that watch and enjoy the content. Thank you. Thank you everybody in chat. Thank you Night Force Gaming. You've been very supportive a lot lately. Appreciate you. And 365. And thank you Cookie for coming in chat today. Being positive and asking about martial arts content again. Thank you again. You got yourself a pinned message as usual. Take care, guys. I'll see you soon.